Welcome back to Donzi's World. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm your host. My name is Don Fabiano. I am Donzi. Today, I'm going to show you a piece of Donzi's World that I have not shown you before. I'm in a place I come to all the time, but I don't think you've seen it before. Or at least you haven't seen me here before. I'm in Provincetown, Cape Cod. And right now I'm at the beach. The sunset is about to happen. The sun's going down right over the water. There's a huge party here. There's 1 million people, look. And a guy came, set up this big bonfire in the beach, and he lit the bonfire. Now the bonfire is going off. There's a band playing. There's 1 million people waiting for the sunset. Let me show you the fire.
Great speaking guy. That's her favorite.
See that? Everyone's waiting to have a good time. They're all waiting for the sunset. And I'm waiting too. So like I said, I'm in Provincetown, Cape Cod, and I just love this place. I try to get here as often as I could because it's so much fun. Now, as I'm taping now, there's all kinds of headlines in the papers about great white sharks on the beach. They're like, people are afraid to go in the water because of shark. And when you go to the beach, there are big signs. This is a shark habitat. Huge big signs. Sharks live in these waters, so that's what it says. Now today, I was at the beach today on the ocean side, and there were a lot of seals. Like everywhere you looked, there were seals swimming in the water. And then I heard someone say, oh, down at the end of the beach they saw a shark, and the guy started running to take a picture of the shark. Well, about 5 minutes later, I saw this fin in the water. It came right by where I was sitting on the beach, and the fin was going down the beach like that. It was a black fin. And everyone's like, oh, shark. But then I talked to the lifeguard, and the lifeguard said it wasn't a shark, it was what they call a sunfish. I guess it's a ocean-going sunfish, but it had this black fin sticking out of the water, and everybody had to like look at it and take a picture of the fin. So it makes you think it's a shark, but it really wasn't a shark. So the sun is about to go down. You can see the light changing. But before that happens, let me tell you about what I do here. I love to go on the Whale Watch boat. You go on the Whale Watch boat, and I go right to the front of the boat. There's the front, whatever that's called. I go directly to the front, and I stand there. And I'm at the front of the boat for the entire trip, from beginning to end. So that when we get up on the whales, I'm in the front row, and I love it. So I do the Whale Watch every single time I come here, and I got some great video. We went out on the Whale Watch, and it must have been the best day for whale watching. There were whales all the way around the boat. They were everywhere. Everywhere you looked, there were whales, and then at one time there was a pod of dolphins. The dolphins were jumping up out of the water, and it was funny. I made the comment like, oh, it looked just like the movies, and this woman was behind me. She like laughed at me and goes, oh, just like the movies. That's what I said, but then she was laughing at me about it. So in a little while, I'm going to show you that video from the whale watching. If you ever come to Provincetown, do that. It's awesome. It's kind of tricky to find the right place to eat when you come to Provincetown. You know, if I've tried this place, that place, you never find the right place. It's like the food could be a little bit better, but I still love this place. So right behind me, the sun's going to go down. Everybody's waiting for the sunset. I guess this is the big thing because there's a couple hundred people here. Nice bonfire, nice band playing, so this is the place to be. If you ever come to Provincetown, go to Herring Cove Beach at sunset. It's a big party. Everyone has a good time. You can have a good time too. You could do the things that Donzi does in Donzi's World. Let's check out the sunset for now, and then I'm going to show you the whale watching. I love how all the colors come out right before sunset. You see like oranges, yellows, it's like beautiful. That's why everyone loves the sunset. They all come to watch it, like it's a show. All right, that was awesome. That's the show everyone came to see. It's the sunset. Only happens once a day, and that was it for today. But now, I'm going to show you the most wonderful thing, and it's the whale watching out of Provincetown. There's big, huge whales, and they like swim in little pods, and they blow bubbles to catch the fish, and then eat the fish. Ah, it's awesome. Now I'm going to show you my video from whale watching. Check this out.
Right under the bow of the boat, you guys getting a great look at that fluke.
Mouth open, see that? See the baleen hanging down? You can see the hard palate at the roof of the mouth, all pink. You can ride on that very impermanent island.
They are our longfin pilot whale, harbor porpoise, Atlantic white-sided dolphin, and the common dolphin. Again, generally the smaller whale. They usually travel in packs or big groups of animals. Pretty exciting to see. The North Atlantic right whale is our single most endangered marine mammal on Earth. There are only about 350 of them left. The finback whale is a very large, fast-moving whale. It's the second largest animal in the ocean, second in size only to the blue whale. They get to be about 80 feet long and weigh around 2 tons a foot. They can travel faster than the boat travels, so they're pretty much known as the greyhounds of the sea, not only because they're gray, but also because they're extremely fast. The minke whale looks very similar to the finback whale, but it looks just much smaller and behaves a little bit differently. And the humpback whale, this is the more theatrical of the animals out here.
That whale, see the roof of the mouth, that pink area there, and you can see the baleen and down on the upper jaw. Some nice trumpet blow there by the animal on the right. You can hear that sound as the animal is exhaling.
Freckles and Tulip.
And here come the whales, right through the bubble cloud. And here's our old friend Freckles here. This is a whale known as Freckles right there. So look, there's three whales coming together. Great look at the heads of the animal. There you can see the top of their mouth. And there's Freckles, that whale closest to us with the white circles on its dorsal fin. Just getting great look here. And it's known as Hood. Great look at these. And there you can see the open mouth. Look at the baleen hanging down from the upper jaw. So 2 animals there, another individual whale beyond them. So a total of 3 there. 2 animals together right there. Minke whale just popped up. The smallest baleen whale at about 1 o'clock. And you can see that whale open its mouth here. This animal here, and creeps over there at 11 o'clock. So pick your group of whales right here. Just put active in the mouth of that whale. You can see actually that here at 12 o'clock. Animal charging up to the surface, and there it is. You can see the water pouring out of the mouth of the animal. It's getting great looks here. There you can see from head to tail right here. Another animal open mouth at 1 o'clock. And you can just see the water pouring right out. Again, the fish stays inside the animal's mouth, and as he moves through the water, just doesn't get any better than this. This is great. So the seagull hitching a ride there on the whale's head. All the birds are swooping in to get their share of fish as well.
So I'm on the whale boat right now, and there are whales all around us. We're surrounded by whales. But I wanted to do something very special for you. I'm going to tell you my whale poem. So this is Donzi's famous whale poem. Whales never get sleepy or lay down to bed. They sing little songs to each other instead. That's my whale poem. Hope you enjoyed it.
And there you can actually see the chin of the animal. They have pleats on the underside of their throat going all the way down there, 12 o'clock. Or you can hear a trumpet blow off in the distance, that loud exhalation sound. And there, just follow the head of that animal there, right up at 12 o'clock. You actually hear the inhale on that one.
Good seeing you coming out of there. That's chisel chin.
The chin of another animal headed towards us. And great look at the animal coming up with its mouth open. And standing right there.
Oh, more whales around now.
And 1 o'clock. More at 3 o'clock. Take your time, take a look, and you'll find a whale.
Time you get here, I'll be going home.
So the animal went. We are going to have to make our way back to Provincetown, unfortunately, but certainly a lot to look at as we're pulling out here.
Well, that was awesome, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoy it a lot. Love whale watching. I do it every time I come here. And now, guess what? We have just a little bit of time left for some political commentary. You're going to hear Donzi ranting. Check this out. So this is Donzi's political rant. I hope you enjoy it. So as you know, there's this moron that they call Donald Trump. He's President of the United States. Don't ask me how that happened, because I don't know. Now, you would think that I would be mad at Trump for being an idiot. But as you have heard me say before, I'm mad at the Democrats, because why couldn't the Democrats beat an idiot and a moron like Donald Trump in an election? So I get mad at the Democrats. The way I think about it, it would have been so simple for Hillary Clinton to win the last election. All she had to do was compare and contrast what happens when a Democrat is president and then what happens when a Republican is president. When Bill Clinton was president, he had the best economy in all of American history, and Bill Clinton tripled the Dow Jones and created a budget surplus. We're about to start paying down the debt. Then what happened? George Bush became president. The budget surplus went away, vanished. The great economy collapsed. We had economic collapse. The Dow Jones collapsed, the housing market collapsed, the banking system collapsed, everything. The Democrats had it all on track. We were going to start paying down the debt. We had budget surplus. Then a Republican came in and created a massive disaster. So all Hillary had to do was compare and contrast what happens when a Democrat is president and what happens when a Republican is president. So after George Bush and Dick Cheney, the Republicans, crashed the economy, then what happened? Barack Obama, another Democrat, got elected. What did Obama do? Obama saved the economy from total collapse. Obama inherited 750,000 jobs being lost every month, and then Obama started creating 230,000 new jobs per month. And Obama tripled the Dow Jones. So this is the difference of what happens when a Democrat is president and what happens when a Republican is president. Republicans destroy America. Democrats, all they do is solve problem after problem after problem. And as Democrats are solving problems, Republicans just complain. That's all they do is complain, 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 as Democrats solve problem after problem after problem. The proper order is for Democrats to be in power, solving problems, and Republicans to be on Fox News complaining like idiots. That's the proper order. So for Democrats to win elections, all we have to do is compare and contrast the differences between the Republican idiots and the Democrats who do nothing but solve problems. The second thing I wanted to say is that modern conservatism, republicanism, is a total and complete fraud. Everything about republicanism today is a fraud. When a Democrat is president, all Republicans say is, oh, the debt is out of control. Oh, the budget deficit is out of control. When a Republican is president, they don't care about that stuff anymore. And actually, that's when the debt and the deficit explodes, when a Republican is president. But they don't care about it then, only when a Democrat is president, because they're a fraud. They're lying to you. When Democrats are president, all you hear about is, oh, the corruption of the Democrats, oh, the lies of the Democrats. Of course, they invent imaginary fake corruption. Then they scream about the fake imaginary corruption on Fox News all day long. Oh, they're so outraged. What happens when a Republican is president? You get actual crimes. People go to prison. Republicans go to prison because of the corruption when they're in power. But what does Fox News say about the Republicans who go to prison? Nothing. They say zero. Republicans don't care about corruption and lies. They just want to bash Democrats. And when you talk about who is corrupt, it's the Republicans who go to prison. Donald Trump's entire inner circle is going to prison. Do you think Fox News talks about that? You kidding me? So in the last election when Hillary Clinton was running, all the Republicans said was, national security. Oh, Hillary Clinton hurt America's national security. Oh, they were so concerned about national security. Now Donald Trump is president. Do you think they care about national security anymore? No. You don't hear about that stuff anymore. During the election, Donald Trump said, I have no business in Russia. I'm not going to do any business in Russia. At the time he was saying that, he had $1 billion real estate deal that he was negotiating with Russia, Trump Tower Russia. So he was lying to the American people all through the campaign. Now Russia knew that Donald Trump was lying. So that means Russia had blackmail information over Donald Trump. Russia could have very easily, and probably did, blackmail Donald Trump. That's a national security risk. Do you think you're going to hear about that on Fox News or any Republican talking about that? No. They don't really care about national security. Donald Trump is a major danger to America's national security. Republicans don't care about that. When they talk about it, it's a fraud. They're lying to your face. And the last thing about the fraud issue is, if you watch the news right now, there's a big story about Jerry Falwell Jr. He's the president of Liberty University, one of the leaders of the conservative Christians. They say Christians, but they're not really Christians. Conservative Christians are fake Christians. They can't stand the message of Jesus Christ. They use the word Christian, but conservative identity Christians are not Christians. So this guy Jerry Falwell leads a movement of conservative Christians. Oh, they're so moral. Oh, they're so righteous. Oh, they hate all corruption. So the story in the news now is that Jerry Falwell Jr. is corrupt. Of course. All they want is money and power. Money and power. They use the word Christian, but they are not Christian. They go against every single thing that Jesus ever taught. Jesus loved the poor. Do you think Christian conservatives love the poor? It's a fraud. The next thing I wanted to say is that right now in America, conservatives and Republicans have controlled the media. They have Fox News, they have talk radio, and they shout their message over and over. They drown out the media with their message. That's all you hear. They scream at the top of their lungs and they repeat it over and over and over again. So what you hear is the Republican conservative message. And Democrats try to correct their lies, but that doesn't get as much coverage as Republicans screaming their heads off like lunatics and repeating their message over and over and over again. So it's the Republican message that gets through, not the truth that the Democrats are trying to explain to people. But if you ask me, from my point of view, it should be the other way around. Democrats should control the message. We should speak our message and let them respond to us. Now, Republicans hate facts and reality, can't stand it. If you want to piss off a Republican, tell them the truth. If you want to piss off a Democrat, lie to the Democrat. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Republicans cannot stand truth and reality. You tell a Republican that Barack Obama lowered the budget deficit by $1 trillion, they go berserk. They can't stand that fact. Tell a Republican that Barack Obama saved the American economy and revived and restored America. Republicans can't stand that fact. Tell a Republican that Donald Trump's inner circle is going to prison. They go berserk. They can't stand it. But Democrats could do this all day long. We can provide historical fact and reality over and over all day long, and Republicans their heads would explode. So Democrats, if they wanted to, can control the message. But do they do that? No, they don't do that. And Republicans have Fox News, the propaganda network of the world. They just repeat their lies over and over and over again. They have talking points and they do their talking points. And then Democrats try to correct them, and Democrats on TV sound like idiots. We don't have to respond to the Republicans. They should respond to us. We should give them facts and reality and make them respond to reality. Republicans hate that stuff, cannot stand it. Ask a Republican this: who destroyed more of Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass destruction? The UN weapons inspectors or George W. Bush? The answer is the UN destroyed more weapons of mass destruction, but Republicans can't handle that fact. Their head explodes when you tell them that. But we have fact after fact after fact that we could shoot at Republicans. That's what we should be doing. Make them respond to us. Democrats should control the message. And the last thing I wanted to say in my political rant is that for years you heard Republicans were the America-loving patriots. Republicans were so patriotic, and Republicans are going to take America back. The real Americans, the Republicans, the real Americans were going to take America back, and that's all you heard. But is it true? In the last election, the Russians attacked American democracy and altered the election. Republicans say, that's no problem. We don't care that Russia attacked America, and we don't care if they do it again. It's the Democrats who would protect America from an attack. So it's the Democrats who are patriots. It's the Republicans who would allow America to be attacked. The exact opposite of what you see on TV. Republicans are not the patriots. Democrats are the patriots. And now let's get to the issue of taking America back. Democrats should adopt that message. Democrats should take America back from the rich white bankers and the oil companies and the big corporations who put poison in your food and water so they can make better profits. These CEOs of the big corporations own 10 mansions, 5 yachts, 4 private airplanes, and the guy working 40 hours a week gets crapped on. The common, hardworking American should take America back. The founding fathers, when they founded America, set up government to protect the people, the workers, the shoemaker, the teacher, the carpenter, the plumber. That's who government is supposed to protect. Government is not supposed to protect the bankers and the oil guys. That's not how it was set up. Now, the last thing I wanted to say in my political rant is that I do watch a lot of Fox News. I watch it all the time. I watch Sean Hannity. What a moron. He talks about he's a constitutional originalist. That's all he says. He says it over and over and over. He loves judges who are constitutional originalists. Guess what? America was founded on the idea that the basic, hardworking, common American would have power. That's what the Constitution originally was written for. The basic, hardworking, common American would have power in America. That's constitutional originalism. Republicans have perverted American society and perverted the Constitution so much. Now they say rich corporations and rich white bankers should have all the power, and the common, hardworking man should be a slave to the rich man. Republicans have it completely backwards. When you talk about constitutional originalists, Democrats are the constitutional originalists, because we would give power to the people. The hard-working common American should take America back. And that's all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed it. And that's all I wanted to say in this episode of Donzi's World. I hope you enjoyed it. We did some wonderful things together. Now you saw another part of Donzi's World that you have not seen before, so you know a little bit more about me. If you like what you see, send me an email. Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me I'm a genius. Tell me whatever you want. But watch Donzi's World. It's always interesting. It's always a good time. So with that, I'll say good day. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.